The firelight flickered across the cabin. The shadows jittered and jumped as if they were alive. The chill settled in, and I pulled the blanket tightly across me. So every phone number goes straight to voicemail, including my mom's, and she always wants to talk to me. I swirled the dregs of wine in my glass, and there's no mention of anything on the news. Where does that leave us?
Stranded?
Daniel said, with a dry laugh.
Dead?
Daniel!
Kidding. Here, let me see if I can find anything online about it.
The blue glow contrasted sharply with the fire.
Instead of looking on news sites, I'm going to just Google with wild abandon. Let's see. Minnesota, radio broadcast, put sheets over windows, page loading. We're down to 3G.
The fire crackled and hissed.
Aha!
He said, thrusting the phone in my face. I took it and began reading. Queen of the North, 89. Hey, anybody in central Missouri? We got a really weird radio broadcast. They told us to lock up and shut our blinds, but the other broadcasts are saying to come out and get supplies on Maple Street. Anyone know what is going on? Crazy cat guy. The second one's fake. It's been playing on repeat on every local station in range for the past 6 hours. Excalibur. Guys, I did a lot of research, and a similar thing happened back in the 70s. You will be okay if you follow these rules. 1. Don't look at them. 2. Don't let them see you. Even if you're camping in a tent or sleeping in your car, you can survive. Just be sure to cover any windows and apparatuses with something opaque. Keep all pets and other animals, even livestock, inside. Don't put out the garbage. Don't light a fire. They can smell it from miles away. Daniel and I looked at each other, and then at the roaring fire. I jolted awake. The blanket was tangled across my feet. My neck ached, and my hands were cold. As ice. The cabin was pitch black now, save for the dying embers in the fireplace. Daniel? He only snored in response. Daniel!
What?
Did you hear that?
It's probably just a branch or something. Don't worry about it.
The thuds echoed across the cabin, coming from every direction, even the roof. Daniel jolted awake, threw on his glasses, and sprung off the sofa.
What the hell?
A sharp knock at the door.
Don't answer it.
Daniel whispered, standing between me and the door. Of course I'm not answering. Hey, open up! A man's voice, loud and clear through the silence of the blizzard, called through the door. Police! Open up! Daniel hesitated, stepped forward towards the door. What are you doing? I hissed.
It's the police, Rebecca.
It's a trap. I leapt up and chased after him as he slowly walked down the hall, away from the fire, away from the warmth. They said, don't open the door for any reason, remember? He stood in front of the door, frozen. A shadow fell across the sheet we had pinned to the door. At first glance, it looked like a silhouette of a normal person, a normal policeman. But the longer I stared at it, the stranger it looked. The neck was just a hair too short, the legs too long, and the head was cocked at an unnatural angle. "It's the police! Open up now!" he boomed.
We have to let him in,
Daniel said, staring at the covered window. Staring. At the corner of the window, where part of the sheet had come undone, I darted in front of him. "Do not open the door, Daniel! It's not the police! It's them! Whatever they are!"
Rebecca, it's the police.
He darted his hand under my arm and past my wrist and yanked open the door. "No!" I screamed. For a moment, time froze. The silence of the blizzard filled the cabin. Wayward flakes floated in, landing softly on the wooden floor. Daniel stood still as a statue, right on the threshold, gazing into the storm. But my mind was racing. He let them in. There's no coming back from this. No way to save us now. We're going to die, right here, before our marriage has even begun. But then, I realized what I had to do. I leapt up, and in one violent motion smacked the glasses right off his face. As the glasses fell from his face, the scales fell from his eyes. His placid expression was now cut with terror. He grabbed the edge of the door, and with all of his might pushed it shut. Or tried to. "Shut it! Shut it!" I screamed.
I can't. It's pushing back. I'm not strong enough.
He yelled back. The sound of breaking glass from deep inside the cabin. "It's too late!" I screamed, tugging at his arm. "They're inside!"
Close your eyes.
He yelled. What are you doing?"
Just trust me.
I heard the door fly open, and the sound of rapid, heavy footsteps. Daniel grabbed my wrist and yanked me forward. I felt the wooden bear poke at me, the antlers scrape against me, and the various other obstacles thud against me. Some of them felt uncomfortably warm. The jingle of keys. And then I was yanked into the cold. The flakes stung my face. My ankles burned in the snow. I stumbled through it, crying and terrified, but pushed forward until I felt the familiar leather seats under my hands.
I got you,
Daniel said, hoisting me into the car. The engine rumbled underneath me. The car jerked forward and then swerved onto the road.
Good thing we have four-wheel drive,
he said.
Oh, and you can open your eyes now.
But won't I see them?
I don't see any on the road,
he said. I opened my eyes. The scene wasn't much different from the dark of my eyelids, save for the headlights. The night was pitch black, only broken by the whites of the headlights. Black trees flaked the road, stretching up towards the starless sky, and the mirage of snowflakes glittered in the light, hovering in the branches, as if miraculously suspended in mid-air. No, not snowflakes. Eyes. Hundreds of eyes watching us from the treetops.
Thank you for watching. I always appreciate the support you show me, and I'm forever grateful for it. Hope everyone had a wonderful day. All my social media information is in the description box below. All the story, music, and image information is below as well. And don't forget,